Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Tuesday, April 20th club meeting for Plano West Rotary Club. And I am the president, Alex Johnson, and I am honored to turn this over to our club member who is not on yet. So we will have somebody else do brags today. Hey, Glenn Thornton, do you want to be thrown in the last spot to do brags?
Sure.
Thank you. Our two-time past president, four-time club secretary, do everything in the club, Glenn Thornton, take it away. We're going to do brags until 12:15.
Okay. So for those that don't know, we usually said brag bucks when we were meeting face to face. This is just do a brag. You can send me the money separately if you want. That's okay. It's all good. But so if you have anything to brag about, it could be family, it could be school, it could be whatever. So I'm going to start with Joanna.
Oh, thank you so much, Glenn. So I'm really proud of our club. We have 24 completed family hygiene kits ready to go for the 5810 district conference. And we have a whole bunch of individual things for the homeless hygiene kits. But if I could get 5 more hand sanitizer and 8 more razor packs, we could put together an additional 8 kits. So if anybody would just, I have that little handy dandy Amazon link you can click on and have it deliver. I can post it in the chat if you want. Or, you can go on the Sign Up Genius. But all I need is 5 more hand sanitizers and 8 more razor packs.
All right, great, thank you.
The challenge has been put down.
Yeah.
Somebody step up.
So Joanna, maybe put that in the chat if you don't mind.
I will.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right, a little bit of.
Hey, Glenn,
okay, I think I can do this and then come back.
Glenn, can I demote you because the original brags guy is here?
Wow.
So I would like to encourage our past president, who is a 3rd generation Rotary past president, Clarence Gilmore. He is now going to take over and do our brags. Just so you know, Clarence's grandfather has met Paul Harris, who is the founder of Rotary. So that's pretty amazing. Take it away, Clarence. You are now in charge of brags. You have until 12:15.
Okay, I'll watch my clock here. What brags do we have this morning? Anybody out there? There we go. Michelle, there.
I want to brag because it's related to you. First of all, it's great to see you and to do brags today. But I just want you to know that thanks to you, I am still growing chard successfully at my house. And I like to cut it off and put in my salads. And I think of you every time I see my chard.
Thank you. We're enjoying ours and our garden is growing good. Picking chard, mustard greens, kale, and all that good stuff. Anyway, next, do we have a good brag here?
I'm happy to be at the beach.
You're at the beach? Lisa's at the beach? Well, that's a brag in itself.
You can speak out, whatever.
I almost went to the beach and sat on the beach for y'all. If y'all really want me to, I'll walk it down there.
Oh, that's just digging it in, Lisa. Back off, okay? That's just mean.
Well, some people might enjoy it. I don't know.
I want to be on her vacation.
Sounds like fun. Anybody else have a good fun thing or brag or discussion or whatever? I'm looking out there.
Well, I thank God for my son. He turned 34 this month. And he's still doing good. God still got him. He got neurosarcoidosis. But I thank God for him. He's my only son. And he got 2 of my grandkids. So I thank God for that.
Very good. Very good. Anybody else? Come on, speak up.
I'll go. So I want to brag on our team that worked last Saturday at the Great American Cleanup. We had, I think, 15 total, but a lot of our club, 7 or 8. I know Laura, I'm going to miss people. Laura, Tara was there. John, of course, ran one of them. Clevie was there. Antonio was there. Probably missing some. Laura, I said Laura. So anyway, we had a great time. It was a little cool, you know, so you picked up the trash a little quicker because it was cold, but it worked out good. So thank you guys for helping with that. 18 bags of trash later.
Excellent. Are you sore after lifting all that stuff?
No, I just watched them do it. I didn't lift anything.
Okay, that's good. Okay, who comes up next?
Well, I'll second that, Bragg. Glenn arrived at the right time to pick up a muffler and lawnmower blades from Jupiter Road. We worked hard cleaning up Jupiter Road on Saturday.
Very good, very good. I hope to get a little more active doing some of that stuff, but I kind of reverse things in Rotary right now. Instead of service above self, it's self above service with this coping. So in the meantime, I'm going to try to get over all this stuff. Anybody else? Come on, speak up. Well, we got the
I'll go.
time.
I'll go. So my son is sick, but it's not COVID, so I count that as a win.
Good. Is he doing
That's
better?
Yes, he's doing better. He's doing better. He went back to school actually today, but he got sent home. But I mean, he's doing well considering. So he passed it along to me, but it's not COVID. So that's, you know, that's what I keep saying. That's, you know, really, I mean, that's really the upside here. So
Not some new plague, hopefully.
no, it's just strep. Just strep.
That's a mess. Take 10 days of antibiotics and you should be all right.
Yes,
Good.
yes, lots of fluid.
Who else?
I guess I'll go. I survived taking my 2-year-old daughter to on a plane to see my parents and my my sister and her niece. So it's always an adventure. And I have a nice picture of. I thought I'd take her on an evening flight, so that she could sleep. And then when we got to Vegas, I'd wait for my bag. So there's a nice picture at like 10 o'clock at night with a 2-year-old in a princess dress next to the Vegas sign in the airport terminal. So I'm officially the worst parent in the world, I think.
Appreciate your comments. Did you come out okay economically?
Well, once again, having a 2-year-old and visiting parents, I was kind of in jail without being in jail. I was not allowed really to leave because I was chasing the 2-year-old around. I don't think the grandparents really understood what it's like chasing a 2-year-old around. So I felt safer with me there supervising.
Good exercise. Thank you.
Yeah.
I know what he means. I got 2 3-year-old grandsons.
I have a quick one for you.
Go ahead.
And those of y'all who know me well, like Zane, who worked with me, and Alex Johnson, may testify to the fact that I'm not all that technologically swift. Lisa, I think you know this too. It's not my thing. I try. It's not. I left my telephone on the wing of my airplane this morning at 6 a.m. I took off. At 6:20, I realized, where's my phone? Can't find it. But I used my iPad to find my phone where it had fallen off the wing. And I then sent a text message to my office staff to say, ask the guys who own PlaneSmart, that is the nearest facility where the phone fell off at the tarmac, to walk out and see if they can see it. I'm going to push a button and it'll beep for them. They found my phone, and now it's being shipped to me here in Great Midland, Texas, a place that has as much sand as where you are, Lisa, but is not nearly as pretty.
Congratulations.
Bless you guys. I'm grateful to have done that. Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Who else? We got about 1 more minute or 2?
No, you've got about 11 minutes, or I'm sorry, 6 minutes till
Okay.
12:15.
Anybody else like to express their opinion or ideas or brag or what great places they've been lately?
Well,
Morning,
and Clarence,
Clarence.
this is James Thomas, and I will brag about something that hasn't yet happened. And that brag is I am looking forward to seeing my Rotarian Club, those of you coming out to Armstrong Middle School this afternoon to assist with loading boxes of food in folks' cars. So thank you, wonderful people. We love you. We love you. my PISD, Plano Independent School District, and those families appreciate you and all that you guys do. So thank you. Looking forward to it.
Very good for all of you that are working on those projects. Excellent.
And I'd like to take a minute and brag on Zane again. I mean, he don't brag on himself enough, but Zane is phenomenal. He stepped up to do some work for us and is going to do a video about Interact last year and our new Interact governor, Julia Lynn, and all the work the Interactors were able to do in spite of COVID-19. And our young people with Interact, in spite of these challenges, they keep go, go, go. We had 7 scholarship recipients that I know of so far in our Interact ranks. They all did great work, and Zane's busting it over at UTD. God bless you, sir.
Great, Zane. Thank you.
Hi, Clarence. I have a brag. This weekend was filled with projects. Like Glenn had said, we did the Great American Cleanup in Plano. Little windy and brisk, but it was fun. It was good, and we did clean up. So that's a bonus, I guess, right there. That nothing impeded us. Great weather, other than the wind and I think the temperature. But that afternoon, we had another service project to basically hang door hangers to residents in apartment complexes to inform them about their COVID options. Basically, it's information about COVID, accessibility, that kind of thing. And so we had 3 apartments, and we split up with our volunteers, and we knocked it out in probably an hour and a half. So with more apartments, more volunteers, we can really increase that distribution of those flyers. So I think this weekend, that's kind of what we're, according to our meeting with Antonio last night, that's kind of where we're going. So over 1,000, I think we're over 1,000 door hangers projected for this weekend anyway. So the guys are doing a great job, Antonio and Bruce, who are leading this.
Very good. We all appreciate what you're doing. Thank you. I'm looking out there. Any other person?
Sure, I'll brag.
Go ahead.
So I'm just really glad that I got to do some of my first Rotary projects, like this weekend, the Great American Cleanup and then the COVID door hanger project. I'm just really excited that I've been able to see some Rotarians in person and get to know everyone a little bit more, like one by one. I want to get to know all of you guys just a little bit. So that was super exciting. And also I would like to brag about our door hanger project. We hung almost 1,000 door hangers. I believe it was like 986. So now that's 986 more people that know a little bit more about the COVID vaccine. And hopefully we can get some people to act on that haven't gotten it. Because as of yesterday, March 19th, every single person in the United States 16 and older is eligible to receive a vaccine. And most all families live within 5 miles of a COVID vaccination site. So like, this is like a huge milestone for the United States. So like, hopefully we can get like everyone who is eligible, like 16 and over, to go get vaccinated. And next week, we're hoping to do around 1,300. So it's a little bit more. So we're gonna need more volunteers, 1,300 door hangers. So then it'll be 1,300 more people that know about this and or like getting more informed.
That is great. And it's people like you that really help Rotary and our whole country work. And we appreciate everything you're doing. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
We have time for one more. Come on, somebody.
One more. Stick your head out, say a few words. Let us know what's going on. That's it. Then Alex, take command.
No, I think Debbie, I saw her undo her mic. Go for it, Debbie.
All right. I just want to say happy birthday to my 90-year-old mom. She's still hanging with us, and may we all live as full and wonderful a life as my mom.
Excellent.
That is awesome. See, she had Debbie when she was like 70. So
She's calling me right now. Hold on.
Clarence, thank you very much. I think this is the first time I've seen you do brags. You did a great job. And we're going to have to
attempt to do a good job at what I can do. Thank you.
We're gonna have to tell Mike to go out of town more often. No, I'm joking. But you
He,
did,
he likes to do that sometimes, to play a little golf or something.
That's exactly what he's doing. All right, well, next, what I'd like to do is ask our amazing club member, Mr. Fred Thomas. He's gonna lead us in prayer. Take it away, Fred.
Father God, we just thank you today, for this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. Lord, we thank for new mercy. We thank for grace. We thank for your love and your kindness. We thank for the Rotary today, Lord, the Zoom call that's going on with all those that's on. And we ask you to bless each and every one of these families, Lord. Bless those that weren't able to get on, Lord. That we have a successful meeting today. In the name of Jesus, amen.
Thank you very much, Fred. Now I'm going to let one of our newer members, Evan, is going to lead us in the pledge. Take it away, Evan.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Sorry, It's been a while since I've had to say it by myself, Lee.
Well, if you guys don't remember about Evan, he's a former Navy and a Navy Academy graduate. So we know he's done a lot of pledges.
Yeah.
Right.
And so I was wondering if you're going to bring us come in uniform or something.
No, that was many, many moons ago.
Very cool. Well, thank you very much, Evan. And thank you for everybody coming in today. Well, just so you know, we're not going to do a foundation moment. I know, because we're going to have a foundation speaker. So instead of doing 5-10 minutes on foundation, we have an amazing speaker that's going to talk about the foundation. So we're going to move into club business. I do want to remind everybody this weekend is the Rotary District 5810 District Conference. It's an in-person event. If you do buy a ticket and attend, we will reimburse you. So I believe the video that Bill was talking about with Zane is going to be part of the district conference. So Zane will be educating everybody on the youth virtually. So that's awesome. And then I also want to point out that we have a lot of club committees. I was actually, if you click on that link, you'll see our sign up genius for the club committees. I counted it, 27 club committees. And what's amazing is I'm not leading any of them. Yay. It's you guys are leading all these club committees of all these projects that we're doing, running our club. And I want to thank everybody for your leadership. And I encourage club members to click on that link and see if there's a committee that you're interested in, because we do so much. We need help. Everybody needs help to do what we do. And so definitely take a look at that. I want to congratulate Joanna. She's just finishing up the hygiene kit project and also the homeless hygiene. But as you heard, she needs some items so we could kind of have some even numbers. So I think in the chat, you'll see that Joanna's looking for additional items. And just so you guys, if you don't remember, what we're doing, Michelle and Joanna are part of the district conference service project team. And so what we're doing is we created our own club projects, which are these two, and then they're actually taking that to be a part of the district conference this weekend. So we're part of the bigger picture, but this is what we're doing locally. So thank you everybody else who participated in it. We've already heard people talk about our Great American Cleanup this last weekend. That was awesome. 15 volunteers cleaning up. That was where we're partnering with the city of Plano, and we're continuing that partnership on a regular basis. So every month, from one reason or another, our club is going to be impacting the environment in a positive way. And so I thank Glenn for basically starting this process years ago with our club, with Adopt a Highway, and now we're extending it by partnering with the city programs. And so more to come on that. I also, you guys heard about our COVID awareness block walking. That's awesome. Once again, we're partnering with the city of Plano. This is a project that was put together in conversations with Deputy City Manager Greg Russian, a Rotarian, past police chief. The city is fully funding this. They printed it out. They're working with us and we're handing it out to underserved areas. As I mentioned, we're starting off with apartment complexes. And this was the theory. The city, they're rolling out inserts and water bills to provide COVID vaccine education to everybody in Plano. Well, apartment complexes, they don't get those water bills. So that's what they asked us to do. Well, through further conversations, they agreed that, well, most people don't open up their water bill because it's paid automatically. So these inserts don't really accomplish a lot, even though they sent it out to all the homes. So after we finish the apartment complexes, we're going to redesign the door hanger and then start targeting underserved neighborhoods. But honestly, non-underserved neighborhoods like my house, we don't look at water bills. And so really almost anybody needs to get this door hanger so they could get COVID education. So it's really excited about this. Like Antonio said, we are making a difference now. The only way we're going to get back to normal is with herd immunity, COVID, and Rotary. We are global leaders in disease prevention. And so this is an exciting project that we are actually partnering with the city of Plano on. And you guys, the team, Antonio and Bruce that are heading it up, I'm just very proud of what we're doing because we all want to get back to normal and we're part of that solution. That's what we did. So now let's talk about upcoming projects. As James said, James and Catherine, I don't think Catherine's online, but they are doing the Armstrong Middle School drive-through this afternoon. And we actually filled that. They don't need volunteers. We actually filled it up a couple months ago, but I think there's walk-ins. And so if you want to participate in it, I know we're doing it for sure in May. James, this is probably ending after school ends, right? Did he leave? Yeah, he's gonna find us some other meal projects to do with the school district, but definitely talk to Catherine on that and those that have volunteered for it. Thank you. That's this afternoon. We're doing COVID awareness block walking again. Basically, we're doing that every Saturday until we don't need to do it anymore. You know, and the city's committed to continue to print out the door hangers and for us to do it. So like everybody on the team said, sign up for it. The more volunteers that they have, the more door hangers we can distribute. And you don't have to talk to people. We're just putting it on their doors. I mean, it's not like political block walking where you got to knock on a door and talk about your great candidate. Something new, it's not posted yet. Love Where You Live. Love Where You Live is an initiative in Plano where they adopt a neighborhood and they fix things up, clean it up, enhance it. And they do different neighborhoods every year. Last year it was Douglas community, but because of COVID, they didn't do anything. Well, now it's a new neighborhood. I can't remember it, but they're having a cleanup on May 8th. And John agreed to head up that cleanup. And so him and Glenn are working on the sign up genius so we can be cleaning up this neighborhood. Once again, we're partnering with the city on May 8th. And John or Glenn, just real quick, what neighborhood is it?
That's the Clearview Thunderbird neighborhood.
What are the crossroads? You're muted, Glenn. I saw your lips move.
Like Alma and
it runs between Alma and West Parker Road.
Oh, so by the restaurant. Wow, that's a Great Guys restaurant area.
Yeah,
so
it's.
If you guys want to be a part of that, sign up. It's not there. I put that link there. That's our cleanup link. As soon as Glenn creates that sign up genius, it'll be added on there as well as our website.
Well,
so,
I have the schedule here from the city.
Well, John, we're going to use a sign up genius. So go ahead and contact John if you're interested in being a part of that. So thank you, John, for heading that up.
Yep.
Now, something else that we're doing is, this might be new. Evan new to members, Evan is heading up our Plano Police Appreciation Day. Great job, Evan. And what that is, though, the week of May 10th is National Police Week. This is the big deal for police departments all over the nation. If you remember, in October, during National Fire Prevention Week, we had the chief of Sam Greif, who's a Rotarian. Chief Greif spoke to our club at our meeting. And while he was speaking to our club, we had volunteers deliver lunch to all on-duty Plano Fire Rescue employees, where we're doing the same thing for the police. So on May 11th, while Chief Ed Drain, who's also a Rotarian, is going to be speaking to our club, we're going to have volunteers deliver 250 meals to all the Plano Police Department employees that are on duty that day. And the police department's actually collaboratively working with us, so that way we can serve everybody. So that's really exciting that we're going to be doing that. And I asked Evan to do it just because a lot of cops are vets, and the fact that he's a vet, they're into that. You know, Ed's 24 years in Army. And so that, and in fact, when I emailed our point of contact and told her about Evan, she's like, oh, she had a couple kids, husbands, all in Navy and everything. So thank you, Evan, for stepping up in your first month in the club and leading a very important service project for us. And by the way, one of the captains in the Richardson Police Department, he's a friend of mine. He's also a Rotarian. And I told him about this, and he was like all over this. So the Richardson East Rotary Club he's going to talk to his board about them annually doing this for the Richardson Police Department during National Police Week and the Richardson Fire Department during National Fire Prevention Week, and just showing appreciation. So we're helping other areas, other Rotary clubs, serve their community as well. So great job, Plano West Rotary. And then our last project that I want to talk about is our clubs for nursing homes. Sam Yam and Carolyn, they manage that, which is great. They're both in Austin at UT Austin, and they're managing this project because this is a virtual project. And so for those that don't remember, this is where we're partnering with the Texas Association of Healthcare, Texas Healthcare Association, and they provided us contact information for all the nursing homes in Plano. And we have volunteers that sign up, and they send out either letters, cards, or art. Kids, they have their kids draw art, and they send it to residents or staff members at the nursing homes. And we're asking volunteers to do that on a monthly basis, because there's a lot. One, my mom's in a nursing home. It's a very lonely environment because of COVID, and Joy can tell you there's a lot of lonely seniors out there. So this is the least that we could do while a lot of them have been quarantined to their room for the last year. So if you have kids or grandkids, sign up for this. They love doing art, and the residents and the staff will appreciate it. Keep in mind, this is the residents and the staff at nursing homes. They appreciate it as well. So click on it, bit.ly nursinghome.cards. This is something we're doing all year. So it's not just now, it's every month. And Sam Yam and Carolyn are doing a fantastic job of leading that. So before I close it out, we have, just so everybody knows, we have so many other projects in the planning stage that aren't even posted on our website, and different members in our club, like Courtney Hitt, pretty soon, her and Brandon are going to give me the details, and we're going to post our Plano Overnight Warming Station project, where we're going to be our own team, where we're going to man 3 or 4 nights 24/7, not 24/7, but 24, to provide a warm area for those experiencing homelessness during the winter. That's going to be powerful. We're going to be recruiting 50 volunteers to be trained to do that. And so soon, probably within a week or so, you're going to be seeing that. And we're going to look for a lot of our club members to sign up to be PALS volunteers and get trained, as well as recruit people in the community. And that's going to be powerful, because we all know from our Texas winter storm, we had houses and that was miserable. Imagine people that are just homeless, period, how that affected them. And so please be a part of that if you can. And there's other projects going on. So with that, I am now going to turn this over to our guest introducer, Mr. Past District Governor and friend of our Rotary Club, Bill Dindy. Oh, sorry. Randall, our Rotary Foundation chair, he could not be here today. And so that's why we have our pitch hitter, Bill Dindy, who is, for those that don't know, he will be our District 5810 Rotary Foundation chair starting July, which is a huge role. And so I'm really honored that he is a friend of our club and he was willing to introduce Shelley while he's in Midland. Take it away, Bill.
Well, God bless you. And I had no idea I'd be in Midland today back when we said we'd do it, but I wouldn't miss this for the world. I am so excited about the upcoming position to serve our district as our foundation chair for the next, they said 3 years. And that's great because it's a job I really wanted beyond governor or anything else, because the foundation is where we put the wheels in motion and we do the good work. And I've got so much I got to learn. And I'm grateful Shelley Shelley Hill is here to teach us so much. And governor year passes so quickly. And I know several of y'all have served our district in so many ways. And I would encourage all y'all that have a heart for it, serve as district governor. It is phenomenal to see what's going on. And I know people keep pointing back to y'all's club as the epitome of what a club should be doing. That's a great place to be. But y'all should see what else is out there. And as Alex said, help those out who could use a little help with some ideas and some service projects. In our governor year, I loved serving our district and seeing the work that's being done. And so much of that work was funded through the foundation's efforts, either through our district grants, our global grants, and just putting the money to work to do the good that we do as Rotarians. And I know it's silly to keep score on things, but I love having a great year where in 1 year, we increased membership, first year and forever, because we were all having fun together and doing service work. Doing service work increases membership. But we also had a year where we had over $1 million new dollars come into foundation. And, as a governor, you sure like to take credit for all that, but as everybody else. And what was interesting to me is we got $1 million new dollars come in because we had a good Rotarian pass away. And it hit me right then that we have a whole bunch of money that Rotarians give regularly. And to plan to do this, this person had to think about this long ahead of time and make provisions. And we just don't think about this stuff. It amazed me that a person would be that thoughtful. And then I realized there are people who make a profession teaching others of us how to give and how to plan our giving, how to give when we sell a business perhaps, how to give when we have time, how to give when we have good royalty years followed by bad royalty years. And that's kind of what a planned giver does. And Shelley Hill is here to talk to us about that. I like her already. Texas Women's University, I have a lot of family members who attended there, but there's just not a whole lot of information about Shelley. And I have not been doing my due diligence, giving her a call ahead of time. So I'm excited to learn about her. On the screen, you see her background in Rotary. As of February 2018, she's been our major gifts officer. But I love the stories that Rotarians tell who've been doing this for a while. And I love the way we touch other people and the way the money makes it possible to fulfill our mission to do good in the world. And so with that, I'm going to sit back and learn a lot, I hope, from Miss Shelley Hill. And y'all help me give her a round of applause. Yeah, the emoji kind. That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Shelley, it's all yours.
Okay. Well, thank you, Bill, for that enthusiastic introduction. I love it. And it's so good to see all of you and hear about the amazing projects. You guys don't stop, do you? I love it. And that's what we're all about. So the last time I was with you, if some of you may recall, we were kind of in the middle of a pandemic, right? Hopefully we're starting to hit the end of it. I don't know. But what I shared with you back then was some updates about the Rotary Foundation and where you can give your support, and some updates on the Disaster Response Fund and how many of the clubs were switching those to COVID relief. So, and I touched on different ways to give. But what I want to do today, and Alex asked me to come back and just go a little bit deeper into the different ways that you can give. And so we're going to do that today. So I'm going to share my screen, hopefully. Did it work? Are we there? You know, I love Zoom, but you can't always tell what others are seeing when you do this. So we're going to try and do this. All right. So I'm going to start the slideshow here. So again, as I said, today I wanted to talk to y'all about some different ways to give, and we're going to go a little bit more in depth. Now, I will say typically, if I were in person with you, I would have some materials to share with you and for you to take, because what we're going to talk about is a little deeper and really deals with more of your assets. And that is a conversation that takes some time. It's not a quick decision. And for those of you that work with an accountant or a financial advisor, you would definitely want these materials to think about it and to share, or to share with your partner as well to make these decisions. But what I will do is I will share some things that you can print, and also some excellent online resources that we have. I will send that to Alex, and then he can distribute it out to everybody, and we can go from there. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today, you know, the Rotary Foundation being as one of the beauties of it being as large as it is we have a wide variety of for you to make gifts. And so we're going to talk about that a little bit today. But here's my disclaimer. Always, always, particularly in what we're going to talk about, consult your tax or your legal advisor, okay, before you make any charitable gift, because it's going to be very personal and very customized to you and your situation. So again, some of the things we're going to talk about, we'll touch on cash, but we're going to talk about stock, bequests, IRAs, because guess what? RMDs are back for 2021 for those of you over 70 and a half. We'll talk about life insurance. We can talk about life income agreements and some real estate. So let's just jump on in. Okay. So outright gifts. Well, cash gifts are obvious, right? And the most common form of giving. And we hope that you're making your gifts through Rotary Direct on a monthly, quarterly, or annual basis. And that's a great way to really make your annual fun gift as well. But did you know that the Rotary Foundation also accepts gifts of appreciated stock? And what that is, it's a direct transfer. In other words, by doing that, you're going to bypass any capital gains taxes. And that's a really, really easy way. Again, this is an asset that's not necessarily diving into, you know, what I call your checkbook, right? Your daily or your monthly living expenses. These are some assets that you have that perhaps are ready to liquidate, and you can do that very easily through a gift to the Rotary Foundation. Also, as I mentioned, last year through the CARES Act, required minimum distributions from your IRA were suspended, but they are back for this year. So if you are 70 and a half, you can meet that requirement and make a direct transfer to the Rotary Foundation, and it reduces your taxable income. So again, we are seeing not only within the Rotary Foundation, but nonprofits across the board are seeing a huge increase in people making their required minimum distribution out of their IRA and giving it to a charitable organization. So it's a really easy way to do it. And in fact, I've had several donors do this within the last couple of months. And it's very, very effective and very easy to do. So let's move on to what we call deferred gifts, okay? And while it's not the most pleasant topic, particularly in the year that we've all been living through, deferred gifts allow you to create a legacy after your lifetime. Deferred gifts can reduce your estate taxes, and it costs you nothing today. So for example, the most common way to do this is through a will or a living trust. You name the Rotary Foundation as a beneficiary in your will, and then I'll talk about a little bit more in the next slide how you can do that. You can also name the Rotary Foundation as a beneficiary of your IRA or your company retirement plan. And what that does is, again, it will reduce your estate taxes for your heirs. So again, it's a direct transfer over and it will not incur any taxes at that point. And also life insurance. Now, life insurance, we don't accept term life insurance, but if you have a policy, perhaps you're not using it, or you want to name the Rotary Foundation as part beneficiary of that, you can do that as well. So let's move on to bequests. So a bequest is a gift that is made through your will or a living trust. And it is the most popular plain gifts to make, and it is the easiest to make. And a bequest can be included in a new will, or you can add a codicil to an existing will. And that saves you a little bit, hopefully a little bit on your attorney fees. But there's a variety of ways that you can name people in bequests. You can say a certain percentage of your estate, or you can say a specific asset, as I have on the screen there. I give 500 shares of Amazon stock to the Rotary Foundation of Rotary International. Or for a contingent bequest, where you set certain conditions, and what we call a residual bequest. And we do these also many times what we call second death, meaning if you and your spouse, once one of you, whoever the second person is that passes, then the will takes place. And all of this, your attorney can absolutely go through all of these with you and share that with you. But most of the time, people leave a set dollar amount or a percentage of their estate. And I have received permission for this, but to share with you that your very own President Alex and Laura Johnson have recently made a very lovely bequest gift, and they have just joined the Bequest Society. So we're very excited to have Alex and Laura as a part of the Bequest Society. So see, you can do it too. And also all bequests go to the endowment. Why? Because a bequest is something that is not immediately realized. But what I'll share with you, what you can do, particularly if you're interested in supporting your district as you do through the annual fund share program, you can do that through the endowment program too. Through the endowment, you can make gifts toward share, toward World Fund, Rotary Peace Centers, and our areas of focus. Now let's just talk real quickly, since we're talking about bequests and any bequest would go to the endowment fund, what that would look like. So here's a really lovely example of a $25,000 gift that was made in 1995. And if you make a gift at $25,000 or you name the Rotary Foundation as a beneficiary in your will at the $25,000 level, you can create what we call a named endowed fund. And that is a really terrific way to truly leave your legacy. And particularly if you left that to endowment share, every year, roughly about $1,000 in spendable earnings, because your principal is never touched in an endowment. So it's about $1,000 will come back to your district, and it's split between the World Fund and the district. And that's money that's going to come back year after year after year. And every year they're going to know that you made that gift because you have a named endowed fund. So it's a really terrific way to leave a legacy. But as you can see from this chart, the initial gift is at $25,000. So we're looking at a 24-year gift, and the market value is at $36,959. Now, I'll be real honest, the stock market fluctuated just a little bit in this last year, but it's coming back and it's very strong. We have an excellent investment policy, which you can be a part of and understand how your money is being invested. Also through an endowment, you will receive an annual financial report. It will show you the where your fund is in terms of financial, and then it will also show you where your money went, how it was spent. So it's a great way to really see how your money is doing. Okay, so let's move on to structured gifts. Now, these are can work for you in a more complex financial situation. Assets may provide creative options for charitable gift annuities, charitable remainder trusts, real estate donations, and also gifts of tangible personal property. Now, I'm just going to touch on these because, again, they're a little more complex and they're very, very customized to you. Many times, particularly with a charitable gift annuity, it's based on your age, it's based on the gift amount, and a variety of things to show you what this would look like. But basically, what we call a charitable gift annuity, it's a contract between you and the Rotary Foundation. You make a major gift to the foundation using cash, securities, or other assets, and receive a fixed revenue stream for the rest of your life. That's not a bad deal. And I will say we have had, I know of in this Rotary year, we have had about 6 of these happen within our zone that have resulted. We've had 2 people who became Arch Clump Society members by having a charitable gift annuity. And some of the benefits, again, it's an immediate tax deduction, and you receive an income stream, and you can donate many different types of assets. Okay. And again, as I said, it's very personalized to your situation. And we have a team of planned giving officers who work specifically on charitable gift annuities to help you with that. And we can make that happen real easily. A charitable remainder trust. A little bit different than an annuity. You place a major gift of cash or property into a trust. The trust then pays a fixed amount of income each year to you or your beneficiaries as you specify. And then when you pass, the remainder of the trust is transferred to the charity. And again, these can provide an income stream and also immediate income tax deductions. Real estate. This is a really great way. A lot of nonprofits these days do not take real estate anymore. The Rotary Foundation does take real estate. You can give property held as long as it's held for more than 1 year. If you have, maybe you inherited a family home, or you have undeveloped land that you just don't want to pay the taxes on anymore, or you have a rental property that you no longer want. It's a great way to give that to the Rotary Foundation. And again, it eliminates capital gains taxes you would incur if you sold it yourself and donated the proceeds. And we're happy to do that. And we can take it and sell it. And it is liquidated. Once you make that gift, it would be liquidated. So gifts of appreciated non-cash assets can involve some complicated tax analysis and advanced planning. So if you're thinking about, if in the back of your mind, you might have some real estate you want to do, we will work with you. And acceptance of property is subject to review by our gift acceptance committee, just to make sure it meets all the criteria that we need to have in play to make sure that we are able to liquidate that property. So let's talk a little bit about recognition. All of the things that I have talked with you about today can result in recognition for a major donor and Arch Clump Society. And those are the structured gifts and the cash gifts, can help you reach those levels. And then the future gift, which is the deferred gifts that I spoke about, particularly bequests. Just as I said, as Alex and Laura Johnson just recently joined the Bequests Society. And we also have the Legacy Society if you choose to leave the Rotary Foundation in your will for over $1 million. Okay. So giving to TRF, the Rotary Foundation, where people who share your values will do good across the globe. And we sincerely appreciate your dedication to making a difference. And your club makes a difference every day within your community through the variety of projects that you're doing. And it's through gifts such as these that I've discussed today that makes all of that possible. So, and as Arch Klump said many years ago, no one knows what tomorrow will be, but one thing is certain, what tomorrow will be depends on what we as Rotarians do today. So any questions? I know that was quick. It's kind of a quick overview, but any questions from anybody?
Joanna has put up her virtual hand for a question.
Okay, I'm going to.
Actually, that was supposed to be a clap.
Oh, my bad.
Excellent, excellent presentation. Thank you so much for your time.
Oh, thank you.
Because I obviously can't tell the difference between a clap and a hand, if anybody has a question, just turn on your mic and ask your question.
Clevie has her hand up.
Clevie, yeah.
Hello, how are you? I hope you guys can hear me. I'm in my car. If we donate land, does it have to be in Texas? And does it complicate things when it's outside the state?
No, it does not matter. It does not matter where it's located.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Now, I don't know, a lot of y'all are aware that I'm an attorney and a CPA, and I spend a whole lot of my time working in this area. In fact, today I am delivering estate planning documents for a client. And we're going to wait till next year, but y'all be the first to hear. If you want to do any of this work, Shelley said to save you some cost, we're giving the time away to put together estate planning documents for those of you who want to do Bequest Society. For those of you who want to do it, you say, I don't want to talk to an attorney, they're going to charge me $1,000 to talk to them. There is no charge. My wife has agreed that she's going to, okay, my wife's an attorney too. She does most of the work. Y'all probably already know that by now. She is the best supporter in the whole world. Y'all know my wife, yes. Well, she's actually the one who'll do the work under our law firm. She was number one, she's not in our high school class. Real smart. She married me. I mean, everyone's got a little slip up on occasion. But if you want to talk about this with a lawyer, if you'd like to redo your estate work, there is no cost. And it's the same quality that you would get anyplace else for a couple $1,000s. It's just time. And ever since our child started, she's 8 years old now, and we feel like we've finally got a little more free time. She doesn't need as much. Lisa's available for you. Okay, we're available to you. So take advantage of it. Share it with your friends. We can do about 10 to 20 a year, and I appreciate it.
I'll throw in real quick. That's a really amazing deal because when we did our Bequest Society, Laura and I, we at first were going to use the documents Rotary provided. Then I'm like, I don't want to screw up my will. So I paid my attorney, who our estate plan attorney, to do it. And so Bill and Lisa, it's really Lisa, that's his wife. He's not lying when she does all the work. I mean, she's actually taking Rotary Foundation training because of his new role. But for him to do it for free, that just to kind of throw a little bit out there, Bequest Society, this is the way Laura and I looked at it. You know, you've got assets, you have life insurance, you have all this, and we die. We decided to give $10,000 of our remaining estate to the Rotary Foundation. My kids are going to survive without that $10,000. And if they're relying on that extra 10,000, I failed as a parent miserably. And so that was our rationale. And honestly, we didn't write a check. I mean, besides where I spent to my attorney. And so you're not getting out of the money today, it's after you die. And so I don't know why anybody wouldn't do that, because we all know the good that the Rotary Foundation does. Now, granted, we do want you to make direct cash donation, but the Bequest Society is a great opportunity of hopefully 100 years from now when we die, then we'll give $10,000 and my kids will complain. That's the least of their concern.
Our kids will be old adults. It does not matter to them. Bill, I will just say that is very generous of you and Lisa. So kudos to you for that offer.
Grateful to have a skill set that can apply directly to Rotary. It's a good thing.
A skill set is he married up. He's got an amazing wife. Any other questions? We have about a couple more questions and then we're getting to 1 o'clock.
This is Ken. I do want to go ahead and applaud you and your wife, but that, you know, this is, the bequest is the easiest way to do this. If you don't have a will, or if you're otherwise already updating it, add that in as it, what is $10,000 at that point in time in our lives. Hopefully it'll be far, far in the future, far, far away in the future, to put a line. But yes, my earlier club prior to this one, at one time we were a 100% bequest society club. And I know we have a much younger club here, but we have some members. We can make some inroads towards that at this time. It's a bequest society. No, there are ways to do that, either with the codicil, or if you've never had a will, possibly. This is a good time to go ahead and make it. So my 2 cents. Thank you.
Ken, I would say that's brilliant. And also, when Lisa does the work, she won't do the fancy trust, but a will, a medical power of attorney, a financial power of attorney, directives to physicians, and HIPAA authorizations. Those are the 5 documents that she'll provide to those who need them. And they do say that the powers of attorney should be updated about every 2 years. And so, Ken, you mentioned if you're updating your stuff, powers of attorney anymore, they want them like newer to show you haven't changed your mind and assign another child that role. So it's a good way to do it all in one fell swoop.
You notice how he's like volunteering his wife to do all this for free? We paid a couple grand for our estate planning package. So this is a pretty phenomenal deal. And it's, like I said, when you guys meet Lisa, his wife, she is amazing. And she's the work behind everything for him.
Right,
He's
but
amazing.
I just want to add, Alex, you don't have to hesitate and wait till Lisa's available for some of this. If depending on the type of planning that you're doing, feel free to do it at the present, because Lisa, you know, as Bill noted, only has the opportunity bandwidth to do 10 to 20 of these a year. So we want to go ahead and take, when you're ready for it, we're ready to receive it, the planning in the future. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Kent. No, he's not going to tell you this, but Kent has donated individually more to the Rotary Foundation than anybody else in our club. And he's a Paul Harris Fellow +7. And so coming from him, you know, I look up to him and I hope to get there. And I appreciate the passion that he has. And those that don't remember, you get an email from Kent every month about Polio Plus. He's the man. And so he's got a true passion for the Rotary Foundation and polio. Well, listen, we are running to the end. Shelley, you're awesome. Oh, she didn't say, Shelley lives in DFW. She's local. So when things get back to normal, we can meet with her. She actually could come to a meeting. To my knowledge, you're the only Rotary International person locally, aren't you?
Yes, that is correct.
So of the 800 global employees, she is our local contact. So she's awesome to work with. Well, with that said, one thing that we do, which you should appreciate for all our guest speakers, this is a certificate of appreciation. We're presenting it to you in appreciation for your time and program. Plano West Rotary will donate $10 in your name to the Rotary Polio Plus Fund. Together with the 2-to-1 matching grants from the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, your $10 turns into $30, which will provide a polio vaccine for about 50 children. And as you know, Shelley, you know, Rotary is using this polio infrastructure to aid in the vaccination for COVID-19, and your donation is going to be a part of that effort as well. So Shelley, thank you very much for presenting. And
thank you all very much. It was so fun to be with you today. I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
And as she said, when she sends me this information, we're going to have Glenn send it out to the club in our monthly newsletter. And if anybody wants to learn more about planned giving, What's great about it, you don't write a check today. It's in the future. So it's an easy way to give. And then we've got Mr. and Mrs. Dindy have agreed to do some free codicil estate planning work towards this area. So we definitely want to take advantage of that. We want to fill up her 20 slots with Plano West Rotary. That's what we want to do.
And keep in mind, only the simple stuff, no trust, no family drama, no conflicts. So that eliminates most of us, right?
This is how it works. I know the Dindies well. Say, Lisa, Bill said this. You're good to go. No, I want to remind everybody, next week, we have two of our, I will say this personally, my favorite PISD trustees, Jerry Chambers and Nancy Humphrey. They're going to present to our club, and they're going to talk about the priorities that the trustees have for Plano ISD. So I encourage you to come hear them. And they just both happen to be up for re-election, but you know that because they visit our club, and Nancy's a Rotarian as well. So I've known Nancy for almost 2 decades now. So with that, I would like to ask our newest member and active in many projects, John, do you want to lead us into 4-way test?
Yes, sir. The 4-way test of the things we think, say, or do. 1, is it the truth? 2, is it fair to all concerned? 3, will it build goodwill and better friendships? And 4, will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Rotary. All right, everybody, have a great week, and thank you very much. Bye.